An ocean bank, sometimes referred to as a fishing bank or simply bank, is a part of the sea which is shallow compared to its surrounding area, such as a shoal at the top of an underwater hill. Somewhat like continental slopes, ocean banks' slopes can upwell as tidal and other flows intercept them, resulting sometimes in nutrient-rich currents. Because of this, some large banks, such as Dogger Bank and the Grand Banks of Newfoundland, are among the richest fishing grounds in the world. There are some banks that were reported in the 19th century by navigators, such as Wachusett Reef, whose existence is doubtful. Types: ocean banks may be of volcanic nature. Banks may be carbonate or terrigenous. In tropical areas, some banks are submerged atolls, as they are not associated with any landmass. Banks have no outside source of sediments. Carbonate banks are typically platforms, rising from the ocean depths, whereas terrigenous banks are elevated sedimentary deposits. Seamounts, by contrast, are mountains, of volcanic origin, rising from the deep sea, and are steeper and higher in comparison to the surrounding seabed. Examples of these are Pioneer and Guide seamounts, west of the Farallon Islands. The Pioneer seamount has a depth of 1,000 meters. In other cases, parts of a bank may reach above the water surface, thereby forming islands. Important banks. The largest banks in the world are Grand Banks of Newfoundland, 280,000 square kilometers. Terrigenous Bank, Agulhas Bank, 116,000 square kilometers. Great Bahama Bank, 95,798.12 square kilometers. Has islands. Area without islands. Siadamala, 35,000 square kilometers, excluding the separate North Bank. Least depth 7 meters. Seychelles Bank, 31,000 square kilometers, including islands of 266 square kilometers. Georges Bank, 28,800 square kilometers. Terrigenous Bank, Lansdowne Bank, 21,000 square kilometers, west of New Caledonia. Least depth 3.7 meters. Dogger Bank, 17,600 square kilometers. Least depth 13 meters. Little Bahama Bank, 14,260.64 square kilometers. Has islands. Area without islands. Great Chagos Bank, 12,642 square kilometers, including islands of 4.5 square kilometers. Reed Bank, Spratly Islands, 8,866 square kilometers. Least depth 9 meters. Caicos Bank, Caicos Islands, 7,680 square kilometers, including islands of 589.5 square kilometers. Macclesfield Bank, 6,448 square kilometers. Least depth 9.2 meters. North Bank or Ritchie Bank, 5,800 square kilometers, north of Siadamala. Least depth less than 10 meters. Sal Bank, 5,226.73 square kilometers, including islands of 14.87 square kilometers. Rosalind Bank, 4,500 square kilometers. Least depth 7.3 meters. Bases do Pedro, 2,474.33 square kilometers. Least depth 16.4 meters. Part of the Amindivi subgroup of Lakshadweep, India. See also Oceanic Plateau, Carbonate Platform, Placer. Geography. Notes. Definitions: islands, banks and seamounts. Geologic features under the sea.